Hey guys, we're going to go over the Orphan well query in the Railroad Commission. The best part about this query is it's going to identify wells that are considered orphan and can possibly be taken over by an operator via P4 transfer. So, okay, let's start out in the main screen under Resources. We're going to go to Resource Center. This is where I am right now. Okay. Let's look for research and research queries. That's where we're going to jump to. Let's scroll down and we're going to find the orphan well query. Let's launch it. Okay. We're going to start with nothing on here, but we're going to make sure to select both. So we pull everything. Let's go to District 9. That's where we're focused right now. And I'm interested in Wise County. Okay, let's see if it'll pull all of them. Okay, this is what it's saying is considered orphan in Wise County. So there's not a lot of detail, right? Not a lot of detail here, which is why in my previous video that covered the inactive well aging query that has a lot more detail, especially in terms of the delinquency fees, the amount of time each well has been shut in, yada yada. That query is going to be tied in with this one. But these are considered the orphan well status in which they can be taken over immediately through the commission. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about in terms of a map visual standpoint. Let's zoom out. So in the commission, this is their GIS viewer. You can select orphan wells to show as spotted on the map. This is great. You can zoom around an area, locate wells that are orphans, and possibly go into an area that has potential to be redeveloped. Acquire the wells, or make an inquiry to the operator of the wells, and possibly negotiate an acquisition. But if you select a well, it's going to have this note. The well has been classified as an orphan well by the Railroad Commission. If you're interested in becoming the well operator, please use the link below for further instruction. Okay, if you go here, you're going to find some more information on the process of taking over the well and um, uh, basically going through the process, the regulatory process of um, making that happen. We're not going to go into that today. Today, we're just going over the investigation portion of locating the wells. Okay? So, you can see there's some vertical wells. A lot of times, you're going to notice that there's a operator, the same operator is going to be located on all these wells. So clearly Ancho Oil has a delinquency issue, or they have them all shut in for some reason. So you may want to do some further research on that operator. Maybe they have some financial trouble, or there's a level of deficiency on their operation end of their wells. Why are they shut in? You're going to have to do some further research on the decline of the production, see if there's, some inconsistent downward spikes with production, or if it's just a marginal well that's at its end in life. So keep in mind, like in the Barnett Shale here, a lot of these wells they're going back in on them. Refracs is a big deal right now. So if you can go into an area and acquire some wells that may have potential to be redeveloped for either uphole zones, the same zone, with a new completion strategy, that's huge. Okay. Now, especially if it's a horizontal well that was just, uh, it wasn't being taken care of or producing it, to its maximum extent. Yeah. So, and there's a lot more that goes into, investigating orphan wells, mechanical integrity tests. I noticed that we went and actually made a field visit to some of the wells in this area, and we looked at an orphan lease that was offsetting it, and we noticed right off the bat there was some major corrosion on the tanks and the well heads, and it's likely that there's some very corrosive waters in that area, and no telling what the well bore condition is. So you have to be very careful when you're acquiring wells to make sure to do your due diligence. So let's jump back in here. This is just your main orphan well list, which is, I mean, it's convenient to be able to download the spreadsheet. And let me show you what it looks like, because this is important. When you download it, this is the information you're going to get. Exactly what you see in this. You're going to have your months inactive. That's nice. But other than that, it's just basic well header information, your field name, and not much more. But if you'll notice, if I go back, let's go back to the very beginning here. The orphan well query, right? If I launch this application, it goes here. But let's find those orphans. Let's identify the well. If I go to this page, you'll notice something where what I'm looking for is where is the commission for wells? I think there it is. I don't know why they don't have this in a relatively close area to the orphan well query where you can click the link. That would be great, but you can't. So every month they release this spreadsheet. Okay, let's download it, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Oh, wonderful. Let me, ooh, don't mind my map there or anything else. Ooh, guys, I'm getting a little lost here. All right. This is just part of the grind. Now, here's the spreadsheet. I know I'm moving quick, so bear with me. This spreadsheet has all the same information, but it's got your locational information, the lat longs. Man, that's nice. For somebody that doesn't have a well data service that you can pull the lat longs from an API list, this is big. So the only thing is they only release a certain amount of wells on this. It's not the full list of orphan wells. They only list right here. Orphan wells are inactive, non-compliant wells that have been inactive a minimum of 12 months. So this list is not going to include every single orphan from the beginning of time. It's only the list that they update within the past 12 months that has been delinquent for greater than 12 months. So I did note that when researching that if you're really considering taking over a well, you need to make sure that the well has not been scheduled for plugging. You need to contact the district office, the Railroad Commission district office of the well that you're looking at. Make sure that it hasn't been scheduled for plugging, because if it has, there is no chance of you taking that wellbore over. So that's it, guys. I know this has been a tedious type investigative rundown, but it's just part of it. It's how you gotta go through the process of identifying these orphans. So to jump back in, these orphans, you may find some horizontal wells in an area that an operator is neglecting or has financial trouble that has potential to be redeveloped as a horizontal, and you can get it for most average 45,000 delinquency fees. That it's a play to be given some more attention because the Barnett Shale is back. Any shale play is back. There's a ton of areas in areas like Pecos County, areas that haven't been given a lot of attention that are just they have potential. So let's go ahead and shed some light on that. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Thanks for your time.